I supported Carley's Law, the use of the oil extract from the cannabis plant, and not only supported the law, but as Madison will point out, I supported research by jumping out of an airplane, an insane thing to do. But I did it, and we raised $57,000 to try to find a cure for CDLK5. But I am not for legalizing marijuana. And I think we're going to, in a few years, watching what's going on in Colorado, I come to a conclusion that that's not a good idea. That's my prediction, so to speak, non-expert prediction.
Did that come up with the same young people group that you talked about abortion? Is that something young people?
You know, it might have one time. But it really hasn't. There's, you know, it's more. It really has come up more with middle-aged and older libertarian types who hadn't gotten over the 70s, I think. So, you know, they're still listening to the Grateful Dead and watching Cheech and Chong. But with all due respect, they're voters too. But if that's their issue, then they need to vote for somebody else.
From what I have read, I think the science, the legalization of the medical marijuana I support. My nephew unfortunately died of cancer, and he lived in an area where it was legal, and I know with his nausea that he had because of the drugs and other things that he was taking, that this helped him. And I would not want to deny that to someone who is suffering if that was medicine that could help him. I am opposed, though, to the legalization of recreational use. I'm a former United States attorney. I spent much of my time as an assistant United States attorney. I spent much of my time prosecuting drug cases. And from what I saw, and this is anecdotal on my part, but what happens is that many people start a drug usage with something like marijuana, you know, and then that leads from one thing to another. Now, I know there's studies that say, well, that's not, you know, but that's what I've seen. And I think just to put another temptation out there for people is very, very unwise. We just simply haven't, we don't have the culture, I think, for it. And so I think that I'm very much opposed to that. I think it just adds another temptation out there. It makes it easier for people to perhaps develop an addiction.